Jokerman here, and right now I'm recording on my iPod Touch, and that is because the other phone that I had, that I still have, that I use most of the time, that is great for everything but recording because there's no good recording apps. But I feel like this camera is a bit better than the camera on my on the phone that I usually use, but there's a bit of a problem, and that problem is this is broken because the switch broke off when I was trying to turn it on. I don't know how that happened, I don't know why that happened, but actually I'm going to take all these things off so then like this I can unscrew this. This is useful because that actually screws my umbrella in. If you haven't watched my other video, I suggest you do that because all the things I'm talking about right now are things that that I first introduced in my second to latest video. So then screw this stuff. So right now I'm using two umbrella lights. One is actually but what I'm doing right now is I'm going to show you guys what the setup is that I actually use when I am recording. So if you look over here, you see that umbrella light is actually, you can see that this umbrella light is pointing towards me like that. So the light goes in to the umbrella, and then the umbrella deflects it everywhere, and then that is my main light. That's the light that mainly covers my whole face. And then over here, I have this light. Now, it looks kind of big, but that's because this light points towards me, but it doesn't have as much light. So you have your key light and then your fill light. And then if this is the tripod that I used for my last light, this is the thing that was actually broken. But that's the thing that the broken thing was on. But I put this, keep switching stuff, I put this over here directly in front of where my desk chair is, and that would point towards me, give my face really good light, and then that would be the highlight of everything there. So as you can see, so you can tell that there is, let me just move this over here a bit more. You can tell that there's more light coming from that side than from this side, and I want that to happen because I want this side to be lit up more because that covers most of my face, and this side just covers a little bit of where you guys usually don't see my face, so I don't need all that light pointing towards me. Now, the camera quality would look better if I had that last light, and that will come in a few days, and then I'll show you guys what that looks like. But for right now, that's just everything. But I want to go more in depth, so let's get started. Okay, so now that we're getting started, I'm just going to give you guys a few tips on if you're using umbrella lighting. Now, this video is going to be a tutorial on umbrella lighting, so if you came for an update or something like that, that's not what this video is. It is actually a tutorial video, which I don't usually make, but I am making today. Now, first, with umbrella lights, you want to find a studio where, like over here, I have a white background, and I like that because the light actually goes on there, and some of it actually comes towards me because it deflects off of there. And you like to have like a little bit of a blank background, like not anything distracting. Like if you want to do something like on your desk, but your desk is messy or something, try to make it as good for the viewers as you can. Like this closet, it's not really a distraction. It's clean. There's nothing on it. It's just a white background that is easy to use, and it's not really a big setup. So if you want to spend like that much money on getting like a backdrop, anything like that, like if you want to get a white backdrop, that's good. But like anything like big like that, I just use like a white wall behind you if you have like a wall in your room that has nothing on it, or if it's just got like a few posters on it, that would be a good idea. And with your umbrella lights, I like to test things out. I don't just keep one thing stationary. Like if I'm doing a video where I want it to be a bit darker, I might turn my key light over so then both of my umbrella lights are not reflecting anything off, and this is what that would actually look like. This is what that lighting scenario looks like with both umbrella lights pointing towards me and not diffusing the light everywhere around me. It's not spreading it out. Now, I'm going to turn my fill light off. So as you can see, lighting can make a big difference. So let's say if you want to do a video or picture where there's something on this side and you want to darken out this side, this is more for if you want to go for like a darker effect. So if it's more of a depth and field type thing. So if that light's pointing towards me, you see all of this over here, and you still see this, but it's more of a shadow over here. So this is more like a depth of field where only one light is pointing towards me. Now, what I'm going to do next is put this light on brighter. Second here. I'm gonna put that light on brighter. Now that doesn't look as bright because it's really bright over here. But now you've got like, did you see in the? Did you look at the shadow? If you looked at the shadow when the umbrella light was the other way before I just switched it around, the shadow over here was really. It didn't have the sharp points and everything, and you don't really want the sharp points over here like this. Really, you can see the lines and stuff in the shadow. You don't really want that because that makes it to where that's kind of a distraction behind you. So this is what you want to aim for. There we go. What you want to aim for is a shadow behind you that it's not really, you can't really see any lines. You can just see a tiny little outline, and it's not really, the shadow isn't really geometric, and you don't want a really geometric shadow because it doesn't look right, and it's really a distraction to your videos. But I really like both of the things on and having the key light pointing towards me, and then the fill light not pointing towards me, and I feel like that makes a very nice effect. A very nice effect with the videos because I really like bright over here, and then I have just a little bit of brightness over here. Now, last thing we're gonna do is turn both umbrella lights to where they're both in like the key signature type thing. So now the umbrella lights are the brightest that they can be. They're both pointing towards me, but both of the lights are being spread out in a very bright area. Now this is if you really want to make your videos bright. If you want to make it to where you want a really bright video if you're doing something, this is the type of scenario that you would have. So I think that's about everything. I've done about all scenarios. Now, last thing I'm going to do is bring that umbrella light down. Now, they're both at the same height, and they're both pointing towards me. Now, this is actually the type of lighting that I had in my other video. If you watched my latest video, this is the lighting that I had right now. And right now, it doesn't look like it, but both umbrella lights are just out of frame. Like, they're just barely not out of frame. So this is the lighting that I had before in my other video, and this is if you want some really bright scenarios. Now, if I move this light over here, you can see there's barely the shadow over here. Unless I put my head up like that, there's not really a lot of line shadows. I'm just gonna put that back over there. But I like it even better with the key light pointing directly towards me, spreading the light out, and then the fill light pointing away from me. So this is at its brightest place. I have this umbrella pointing directly towards me, and this umbrella pointing directly towards me. And the difference between that and the key light and fill light is that's pointing towards me, and then sorry about that. The whole umbrella's in that. That's not what I want to do. That's totally in frame. Okay, let me just get the fill light set up over here now. There we go. This is kind of what I'm setting for. The umbrella light over here isn't exactly at its best right now. Still trying to position it. That looks good. Now this, as you can see, it's a darker effect, and this isn't actually, this scenario that's on right now isn't the scenario that I started on at the beginning of the video, because this light right here is actually pointed further up at me, and this was higher up, and it was pointing down at me. So that was the difference that I had before. And I like that better because it makes it even darker on this side, and then those shadows aren't as in-depth, they're not as geometric. But I didn't want to make this video really long, but obviously it gets really long. I can't tell like how long I'm talking or how long I make my videos, but yeah, I'm gonna wrap it out now. Please like, subscribe, especially if you're new, please subscribe. Let's reach for 3 likes. Jokelin Bin out.